Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV. I'm just here with a little bit of breaking news as it happens. Declan Rice has finally chosen his international allegiance and he is swapping allegiances over to England from the island. So great news if you're a Three Lions fan, bad news if you're an Irish fan. Of course he's a full Irish international already. I think he's won around 6 caps, I believe. I haven't done my due diligence, but I believe it's about 6 caps. But none of them have been a competitive game. So by right and by the law of the FA, he can switch allegiance, which is exactly what he's done. And he's written a statement today, which, as an England fan as well as a West Ham fan, I think this is great news. But let's read Declan's statement. This afternoon, I telephoned both Mick McCarthy and Gareth Southgate to inform them of my decision to submit a written request to FIFA for the transfer of my international registration from the Republic of Ireland to England. This has been an extremely difficult decision and, in all honesty, not one I'd ever expected to be making at this stage of my career. So much has happened so quickly in the past couple of years, from progressing through the West Ham United Academy. In the past couple of years, from progressing through the West Ham Academy and making my Premier League debut at the age of 18 in May 2017, and then being named in a full international squad just 2 days later. In recent weeks and months, I've discussed the situation with people who mean the most to me: my parents, my family, my girlfriend and my closest friends. I've spoken to Martin O'Neill and Mick McCarthy, who's Gareth Southgate, and friends and colleagues within the game whose opinion I respect. I am truly grateful for the support I've received in leading this decision. Like so many people around the world, I consider myself to be of mixed nationality. I'm a proud Englishman, having been born and raised in London. However, I am just as proud of my family's Irish heritage and my affinity to and connection with the country. I have equal respect and love for both England and Ireland, and therefore the national team I choose to represent. Is not a clear-cut, simple selection, particularly not for a young lad who never dreamed of being in this position. Ultimately, it's my personal decision that I have made with my heart and head, based on what I believe is best for my future. I fully accept that some Irish supporters will be disappointed by my decision, and that everyone has different opinions in regard to the rules around international representation. However, I hope that people can understand that I have made this decision with honesty, integrity and the full support of my family. I would like to thank Mick McCarthy, Martin O'Neill, all of the coaching staff and everyone associated with the FA of Ireland, with special thanks to Mark O'Toole, not only for their support and understanding throughout this period, but for the part they have played in my development as a young player. My pride at wearing the Irish shirt was always 100% genuine. It was a great honour for myself and my family, and something I will always cherish. I would like to make it clear that in requesting my transfer to my national team representation, I am not taking for granted that a call up to the England squad or making any assumption about my future international career. However, out of respect for the Republic of Ireland, I felt it was right to announce this decision and now put an end to the speculation. I'm still only 20 years old and there is a long road ahead of me. For now, my focus remains entirely on establishing myself as a Premier League player with West Ham United and working as hard as possible to improve and be successful in football and in life. I've always tried to be completely honest and true to myself and my family at all times, and that is what I will continue to do. Very, very wise words from Declan there, and I know there are going to be a whole lot of Irish fans that are, feeling let down and disappointed. But when you think about the terms of where Declan Rice is in his career at the moment, he's 20 years old. He's got to be the first name on a team sheet. For me, he's my hammer of the year. He is going to go to the very top of this game. He is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the best holding midfielders I've seen as a West Ham fan. Now, I'm not saying he's the best holding midfielder we've ever had at the moment, but for me personally, in terms of what I've seen with my own eyes, he is up there with the very best, if not the best holding midfielder we've ever had. He has got he carries himself beyond his years in everything he does, within social media, within the way he conducts his social life, and he's so near and dear to the fans because he holds the fans so near and dear to him, and also the way he conducts himself on the pitch. He learns from his mistakes. He never lets anything get him down. He's always progressing. He's always going forward, and he will be. I mean, in England at the moment, in that position, I don't think there's anyone better than him. And for him to declare himself English and not Irish, for me as an Englishman and someone that supports the England football team, it's massive news for me. He will get an international cap. I do believe that. I'm not saying Declan's a liar and he's not assuming or whatever, but he'll get an international cap this season. Mark my words. If he's not in the next squad, I'll be very... It's just the way that Gareth Southgate progresses with the youth. You know, we've seen like the likes of Jadon Sancho. You know, there's loads of players that Gareth Southgate given an opportunity to. So now being declared English, I can only assume that, you know, Gareth will give Declan an international cap sooner rather than later. It's always going well for the future. And if you look at the international recognition of both teams, England have just reached the semi-final of World Cup, and Ireland haven't really qualified for World Cups in the last sort of 20 years. You know what I mean? I believe 2002 was the last one that they qualified for. So if you want to go to the very top of this game, and bearing in mind that, you know, he's not an Irishman that's come over here and granted citizenship. He was born here. He was raised here. I think Manuel Pellegrini has said to him in the last few months, you know, play through what you feel. Do you feel English? Do you feel Irish? And you know, everyone's proud of their heritage and what not. But if you're English and you was born in England and you've got a chance to represent England, you know, he obviously feels a little bit more English. I'm so sorry, the camera cut out and I didn't realise until I started editing. Yeah, I was saying he obviously feels a little bit more English, but from an Irish perspective, let's go over now and listen to the opinion of Irish Fan TV, who we had a chat with earlier on in the season when Declan decided not to play for Ireland for a few games while he was deciding his future. So we'll go over to them now and have a listen to what they have to say about the situation.
So there you have it. That's been his statement. And, you know, obviously it's a bitter pill to take considering the fact, you know, Ireland brought him from all the way up from underage. And, you know, Gareth Southgate never wanted to know him when he was playing underage. But however, he's decided to play for England. And, you know, we did a video about 3 weeks ago saying, you know, it's better if he just makes the decision now because we're sick of waiting. You'd rather just, if you're not going to play for us, just tell us so we can move on. So that's exactly what's happened. So he's told us. I, for one, I'm glad the saga is over. It's like the longest running transfer that you've ever heard of. I'm glad it's all over because basically it was just carrying on and we can't have that coming up to the qualifiers now for the Euros. So I'm glad it's out of the way. Obviously we have the qualifiers coming up now next month. Mick McCarthy just came out and said, Declan rang him today, said he was going to give it a go with England and he wished him the best of luck. Obviously doesn't seem too pleased. His reaction was quite short and to the point. So I'm not really going to get into a rant about it because I kind of just wanted the situation to be over and done with by now, and it is. So to be honest with him, like now by doing what he's done, he's just left a nation of hate basically towards him. So like the love saga he had with Ireland obviously is gone now, and you know he'll probably have English fans picking up for him now. They'll probably start slating me in the video. Let them bring it on. But I mean, I'm not going to get angry about it because it's just gone on too long. I think a lot of us kind of prepared ourselves for this moment, and we're just like, okay, well, look, if he plays for Ireland, great. If he doesn't, you know, we know where he's going to go, the old enemy. But I mean, he won't be welcome in Ireland anytime soon. So he's made his bed, he may lie in it. But let us know your thoughts in the comments. How do you feel about Declan Rice declaring for England? I'd like to get your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, drop a like on the video and don't forget to subscribe. We're on our way to 5k now, so with your help, we will get there by Paddy's Day. So come on, help us out, and I'll speak to you all soon. All right, thanks for watching.